Hello and welcome to 5-Minute Math. Today we are looking at the 7th grade concept of constant rates of change. This is standard 7.4a in the great state of Texas, and we are using item number 40 off the 2018 released STAAR test. If you have not done so already, please go ahead and take a moment to pause the video, work this problem out on your own, unpause it, and then we will look at our answers together. So we've got a graph here that shows the linear relationship. That means it's going to be this constant rate here of books that Layla has read and the number of months she's been a member of a book club. So we've only got two plots pointed here. We've got this one right here with 2 months and 3 books, and then we've got 4 months and 6 books. So let's just go ahead and take that off and see if we can put that in a little table just so we can see it a little bit better here. So this first X here is the number of months. It's on the X-axis. So the first one is 2. And the number of books is the Y-axis. So that's going to be 3. So it's, if we were looking at an ordered pair, right, it would be 2, 3. And then we've got this 4 months and 6 books. So it definitely looks like a pattern here. If we were to do another one, right, it would look like it possibly would be 6 months, 9 books. We don't really have a 6 months. It goes up to 5.5, but we could kind of guesstimate it maybe right up there. And as you can see, it would even go back down to 0. So we've got a nice linear relationship here. So we could extend that back, and it does make sense. If she was in the book club for 0 months, she would have read 0 books. So we need to see which of these statements makes the most sense. And the only confusing thing is they're just going to use the statements with books and months. They're not going to use X and Y. So we have to kind of translate that into X and Y. So I'm going to kind of make a little jagged line right here, and we'll see if any of these work. So F, Layla read 2 books. Okay, so I'm going to put my books right here on my Y. In the first 3 months, she was a member of a book club. So look, they're actually giving you the Y coordinate first. That's the trick. So 2 books, so I'm going to do a Y of 2 and an X of 3. And you see that's going to sit right over here. So that is not it. It just doesn't fall on our graph right there. 2 books in 3 months. And you notice how this looks very similar. Look at that. Looks very similar to this, except remember they give it to you in the wrong order. The months, that's the X-axis, and the books, that's the Y-axis. All right, so let's try G. Layla read 3 books. I'll put a line through that. 3 books in the first 2 months. Yeah, well, that looks exactly like this very first dot right there, this 2, 3. So that is definitely going to look good. Let's just eliminate H and J as our viable options here. H, she read 3 books, so let's put that over here in our Y, in the first 4 months. All right, so that's going to be an XY of 4, 3, so there's my 4, and there's my 3. Yeah, that's not going to work. That is kind of forms a pattern with that other one. It's just too shallow there. And let's try this last one. Layla read 4 books. I'm just going to put that right there. In the first 3 months. So put that as my X. So there's my 3, and there is my 4. So it looks like, ooh, look at that. It looks like we're close. Looks like we're close, but it doesn't actually look like it's on that line. It's a little bit below. And so what we're going to do is we're going to say close, but not quite. Our answer here is G.